Yo, what's good? So we here. Welcome to the second channel. I see a lot of people couldn't find the channel, so I just had to link it on my old channel. So this review is gonna be on the second channel. You dig what I'm saying? But since a lot of people kept, I put a little poll up on the community tab, and it seemed like a lot of people wanted me to talk about Tyler, the Creator album. So I guess that's what I'm gonna talk about. Now we all know how I feel about Tyler at this point. You know, I definitely enjoyed his debut album or mixtape. You know, I enjoy Goblin. And I think I bought every album he dropped except the last two. I don't have Igor and I don't have this joint. But his last three albums, he's been on point. Well, actually, to me, since Wolf, he's been on point. You know what I mean? Where he just touched a different stratosphere. He won a Grammy for Igor. I thought that was pretty dope. Flower Boy was another album where he definitely stepped out of the I guess horrorcore, some people would say, but this album right here, Call Me If You Get Lost, I definitely like that, he got drama on it. And it gives you that feel of a mixtape. I didn't know what to expect when he was talking about he gonna work with DJ Drama, and I was like, what the fuck would that sound like? A Gangsta Grills mixtape, you know what I mean? Or album, possibly. And I'm like, I don't know. You think of Tyler, you think of DJ Drama, the legacy that he got, and it's like, how can those two come together and do something crazy? Well, they came together and did something phenomenal. This album is just filled with the production alone is just crazy. You know what I mean? The album dropped June 25th, and it just was something good for the summer. It just was dope. I like that he had his mom on part of the album. I thought that was pretty raw. You know what I mean? Even the features I didn't think would be I didn't know how they would work. You got Lil Uzi on there. You got Youngboy NBA 42 Dove, of course Wayne, Damo Genesis, that song is crazy. And then Drama doing what he doing throughout the album. And honestly, it's not really a bad song on here, in my opinion. Like, you can listen to this from top to bottom, and that's one of the things about 2021, where you look at all these albums, how many albums can you really say you can listen to from top to bottom? Of course, my favorite song is Hot Wind Blows. Lil Wayne just destroyed that goddamn, you know, beat, his flow, the rhymes, just how he just did his thing on it. And that's like, honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, when I first heard the album, the first song I went to was that song with Wayne, because I just wanted to see what it was. Like, that shit is incredible though, just the production, and I'm just smiling just thinking about it. It's just, that's a dope record, and every time I hear it, it's like I heard it for the first time. Now, what surprised me was the 42 Doug feature, because I was like, damn, what are you gonna do with this? And I'm listening to it, and I'm like, okay, a lot of people didn't fuck with it, but I thought it was dope. I thought he did his thing on that shit. And the young boy, definitely surprised me, because I'm not, like, I can't say I'm a fan of his. I can respect what he did as far as numbers and everything like that. YB's better and all that ratio shit on the internet, but I was like, okay, wow, this is what this nigga rap like. But I know it is like, he don't rap like that because he more like street, more violent and shit like that. But just for him to be on this like R&B wave or whatever you want to call it, of course my neighbors would be loud as fuck. Damn, sometimes I hate they ass. They always be goddamn loud as fuck for no reason. But anyway, yeah, young boy definitely surprised me with that verse. I was like, I wasn't mad at it, because I was going into the shit like, I know I'm not gonna fuck with this song because he on it. And What's Your Name is just a dope record though. Like, when he, even the visuals that Tyler put out. So I was definitely surprised at that. Damo Genesis, crazy with that verse. We ain't really heard a lot from him, and it's been a minute though. You know what I mean? Think of the whole Odd Future camp and who's still around and who ain't. So I was pleasantly surprised at the Damo Genesis verse. I mean, he could rap. Like, don't get it fucked up. I think I got a couple mixtapes of his in the stash somewhere, but that shit was dope. Pharrell, Uzi came on that joint and did what he did. Uzi was flowing on that shit. I don't, like, to me, he had the better verse on that. Like, Tyler opened up the song, Uzi came and did what he did. I think the beat switch up when Pharrell part come on, but I was just like, oh, that's not bad for Pete. And I mean, if you know Tyler, one of his idols is Pharrell, so you already know what that is, and the Neptunes and everything that come along with that, as far as production and everything. But Uzi definitely, he destroyed that shit. That flow was just crazy. Like, I was like, damn, okay, Uzi, all right, nigga, I see what you doing there. You know what I mean? That's what's up. Because I think a lot of people still was sleeping on Uzi from his last project. People wasn't feeling it, and then when Uzi came out himself and said he wasn't feeling his last joint, but I was just like, that was dope. And I was happy that he didn't have a lot of features on here. You know what I mean? And that was one thing that stood out to me. Like, damn, he really holding this album by itself. He really don't need no features. Like, he can really pull a J. Cole and just don't have no features on the album, and he'll do great. You know what I mean? Except for, you know, how he get certain artists to do the hooks and everything like that, but like no rap features. I think that'd be probably dope if he did that. The one person I was kind of missing, I forget shorty name, Kaylee Useless, or I forget how you say her name, but that fine ass girl that he worked with on Flower Boy, dope. And then throughout the album on these songs, you got background vocals by a lot of people. You know, I don't really have the track listing right here to look at it, but if you know Tyler, you know who he adds, you know, and gives credit to throughout his music career, you know, and throughout his albums and everything like that. So I thought that was pretty fly though. But yeah, this album is dope as hell, man. You know what I mean? My favorite tracks on here gotta be How Wind Blows, of course, Juggernaut, Wilshire, What's Your Name, Sir Baudelaire, Corso, Lumberjack, and Massa. You know what I mean? And that's just the things he talked about on the album too. You know what I mean? He kind of did a callback to when he said what he said about a certain particular thing. I don't really want to get into it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I thought that was pretty dope. You know what I mean? And I like how he still switched it up on certain songs. Like he had Sweet, and then the second joint, Thought You Want. Hold on. Please, YouTube, don't take me down. I Thought You Want to Dance. Crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that shit was just insane. Oh, yeah, and Brent Fires is on the album. And, as well, Fana Hughes. Don't know who those people are, though, but I just thought that was pretty dope. But I like his mom talking shit on the album, because I think that's like the raw shit to just have your mom talking shit on the album. That shit is so dope. Bless is another good one, though. You know what I mean? Like the shit he just talking about in his life, how he just having fun, you know what I mean? Making money, but at the same time, it ain't really about the money. It's just he's able to get a space to create certain things that he wants to create and bring things to fruition. And I think that's dope, you know what I mean? He definitely, his catalog is something crazy, because you look at him from the beginning of his career till now, every one of his projects is different. You know what I mean? Like, he's evolving, and that's something that a lot of artists can't really say. They don't really evolve. They always sound the same and everything like that. But Tyler, since Wolf, every album after Wolf just been a step up, like going up the escalator. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that's pretty raw for him, you know? So I do feel like out of 2021, as far as mainstream appeal rap, this is one of the better albums of the year, in my opinion. I think it should win a Grammy. I fuck with Kanye joint, J. Cole joint, you know what I mean? Ransom, Wale, just put out a fire album. But as far as like the appeal and playback value, definitely got to go to Tyler the Creator. It just, I wasn't expecting this shit, you know what I mean? Especially after Igor, which I kind of slept on that album because I guess the theme of it and the content, what he was saying. But when I finally listened to it, bro, the production, the content, just him being vulnerable, being himself, it's like a fucking play almost, you know what I mean? And I feel bad that I kind of slept on that album because of reasons that was immature and petty as fuck. But at the same time, a lot of those songs in that joint I fuck with, you know what I mean? A Boy Is a Gun is fire. That sample is crazy. I was like, damn, most of these songs got crazy samples. And just imagine if he still used the records with these samples, but the content was a little different. He was rapping like he did on Potato Salad, you know what I mean? Or the joint he got with Maxo Cream. That album would have been crazy. It was crazy in a sense, but it would have been crazy if, you know, he wasn't being, I guess how some people say, weird Tyler the Creator, how Tyler the Creator always being weird and things like that. If he wanted to be, I guess, normal, whatever the fuck that is. But that album was dope too, man. You know what I mean? But overall, man, this album is dope as hell. You know what I mean? I mean, who would have thought that Tyler the Creator and DJ Drama would get on the joint and it's bananas like this? You know what I mean? You wouldn't have thought no shit like that. But it's great because it wasn't rushed. Like around 2011, 2012, I couldn't see Tyler and, you know, DJ Drama doing a mixtape. I don't think that would have came out right. So the timing was perfect for these two to get together and do what they do. And Drama didn't overdo it. It worked. You know what I mean? I'm listening to this shit like, see, this is what Khaled wish he can do. Khaled can't do this. You know what I mean? Khaled used to be the one that really put together albums great, but the way DJ Drama did with this joint, I was like, shit, this nigga got like some chemistry, like, you know, him and Wayne got together. You know what I mean? And that's even more insane, because I would think that Drama don't really got too much chemistry with certain people, and you know he don't really rock with everybody, you know, because of his brand. So I think a lot of people had their nose turned up like, Drama and Tyler, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But Drama didn't feed into that bullshit, and you know, he gave it a shot and it worked. It'd be dope as fuck if they actually won a Grammy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I fuck with this album, man. It's a 10 for me, 10 out of 10, whatever you want to call it. You know, you can play this shit front to back, back to front, you know what I mean, with no skips, and it's just dope. You know what I mean? It's a good body of work. Definitely album of the year for me, in my opinion. But y'all let me know what y'all think about the album. Welcome to the new channel. Hope y'all stick around. One.